ready?
Yep.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Let's do this.
So let's kick it.
School days.
School days.
That'd be a nice intro when you go, let's kick it in. Let's kick it!
So let's kick it! Kick it, 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 kick it.
So I'm an educator. I've been in education for 25 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. I think education is really the key to success, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, like a college education, but it's always learning.
Yeah.
You have to learn. You always have to learn.
School.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're gonna chop it up about that a little bit.
Chop it up a little.
Yeah. Elementary, we might as well start with that, right?
Yeah.
The foundation.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my elementary experience for the most part, I would say. And we moved from CI to Hollow Hills. And how old were you like?
I was moving into 7th grade, so I was around like 12, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going into 3rd grade. But my, elementary school experience it was pretty good. I had good teachers in elementary school. My 4th and my 5th grade teacher were awesome. Mrs. Manning, 4th grade, Mr. Smalley, 5th grade.
Right.
They were dope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before you go into that, do you remember any of your 1st and 2nd grade and CI teachers at all?
I do. I remember my 1st grade teacher,
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Nugent.
Oh, was it Miss Nugent?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah? I know you had Miss O'Neill too, right?
I had her 2nd grade, but I never saw her because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I had Mrs. Thompson.
That was the thing with
Right.
you,
Yeah, mine wasn't.
Yeah.
Every time I come into the
Pregnant,
class,
married.
they'd be pregnant. You have another teacher.
And you have another teacher. Exactly.
Yeah, that happened to me a few times too.
Right,
Did it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you want a kid, have us.
Have you?
Right.
Yeah, I liked, so you went to, Half Hollow Hills in 3rd grade, and the interesting thing is, like, you had half of your elementary in Central Islip, and then the other half of the remaining in Half Hollow Hills. Marcus had elementary in Central Islip the whole time,
Oh yeah.
which I absolutely loved.
Yeah, you had
He
some
had
great
some awesome
teachers.
I had some
teachers.
fun teachers, yeah. Like,
I loved your 6th grade teacher.
Oh, Miss Franco, she was the best. I loved her. She had us read a lot of like different sort of like
She
stuff,
did.
a lot of like heavier stuff that you probably wouldn't normally be reading in 6th grade.
really
But she respected our intelligence enough to actually like,
She is baby y'all.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did not baby us at all.
No, she
and
didn't.
at first it was kind of like, the strict teacher did. But honestly, if we didn't have that foundation, from that offset, I don't know what where I'd be in terms of like
Right.
that. So she was really instrumental in that.
6th grade.
She really
6th
was.
grade, she was
6th
great. No,
grade.
she was great.
She's important, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What grade did you have Mr. Courtwright?
4th grade.
Mr. Courtwright.
He was awesome.
He was an awesome
I loved him
teacher.
too. He was great.
Yeah, Mr. Courtwright.
He was so awesome.
He was a great teacher.
You know what? And the thing that I really loved about Marcus having Mr. Courtwright is obviously a male teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a younger teacher, and he really liked his kids,
He
and
did.
that really came across. And I think there was a certain level of expectation he
Mhm.
had for his students as well.
It was what was interesting for me was that when I moved to the middle school, in terms of when we moved,
Mm-hmm.
I was entering into a middle school that was what was it, like 6th grade,
6th
to 8th grade.
right?
I was still
right.
in elementary school in 6th grade, so
Right.
sort of like that transition. A lot of our
Different.
kids were already in middle school by that
That-
point.
and they were together.
Yeah, and they were
Right,
together, so
yeah.
it was kind of like, where do I find that
Mhm.
sort of
Right.
niche in middle school? Because I was like, I was the new kid, as opposed to, because you have a lot of kids that kind of come up from
together.
other, yeah,
Right, in the same
Yeah.
elementary school.
Me and you both share that.
Yep,
'cause
that's
it's
right.
Same thing with me.
Yeah.
Mm.
But more so middle school.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You came to Central Islip when?
In 8th grade.
In 8th grade. So
Oh,
those
wow,
kids
so
had
you were
been,
Yeah.
those kids had already been together because ours was 7th and 8th grade for junior high, that's what
Right.
it's called.
Mhm.
And so you were coming in at the same kind of way
Right.
Marcus was.
So I think about it like this. So I went 1 through 7 in Amityville,
Mhm.
and then 8 through 12. So I spent more time in Amityville in school than I did in Central Islip. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was, those
Yeah.
ties. So
Right.
Different transition.
that's why I have a lot of friends from
Right.
Amityville.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I kind
And
of.
you're a nice guy.
Thank you. that I felt close to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In 8th through 12, CI, and I feel close to them too because, But the thing with me though, I moved, like Marcus, he moved, 7th grade? I was going into 8th grade, and I tell you this all the time. Right when you start getting, smelling yourself a little bit, trying to, get a little swag, a little, you know what I'm saying, start going out.
Girls start liking you.
Yeah, girls start liking you a little something, You're venturing out on your bike more around the, because
going past the corner.
Because elementary school, whatever, you're playing on your block.
Right, because you go to school with those kids.
Yeah, you're playing on your block, whatever. You get to like 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever, you start going in other neighborhoods and stuff like that. And right then it's like, bam, we're moving. It's like,
Yeah. So. And you moved from Amityville to Central Islip, which back in the day, it was like moving from New York to Texas.
Right. It's only 20-something miles, and now it's no thing, but back then, right? But back then, it was like, man, I will never. I'll
never see my friends.
I'll never see my friends again.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true.
I mean, even around our time, it was still sort of like that. It's not like
that's true.
Because it's not like we had. Yeah, we didn't really have social media.
None of that. You couldn't keep track. I didn't know what was going on. Some of my friends I kept in contact because my father was still, that's what it was. So my father was still out in Amityville, and some weekends we would go out there, and I would see the neighborhood kids that I was friends with, but my other friends that lived in other.
See.
I didn't really keep in contact, but other than that, for me, elementary school was great. I loved elementary school.
I went to school I went to the same school from kindergarten to all the way through. K-12, so it was very different. So like I'm a CI person,
and that's I'm a little envious of that when you had people that you went that you would went to kindergarten went
all the way through.
That's interesting how you have that, but none of us kind of.
You're the only one here that has
I didn't even think about that. It's true.
Because mine had a little friends down the road. You go play on the trampoline.
That's right.
Down the street.
Like you were still young, but you're still
I still had people. I remember.
Right. Yeah.
We played. We played down that street. We knew all the neighborhood kids in CI. We played with them a lot.
And we used to trip out. We went up to the store. Hey, Marcus. These kids, Marcus has little friends. We like, Marcus got his little friends.
What was it? You both went to the same elementary school at one point too, which was interesting because you guys are 4 years apart. So you did have an opportunity.
That was like the only time we went to school together.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked having my big brother at school.
The opportunity to see what this looks like and be a part of it.
There was. I remember you always telling me about this one incident that you had in elementary school. I think was it Northeast?
Northwest.
Northwest.
Okay,
Northwest. I think it was. Yeah.
That was a terrible day.
The day the world.
The world changed. Nah, because in elementary school we would have what's called field day. I don't know if y'all had.
We had field
day. We had field day too.
Yeah, we used to. Did you go to any of their field days?
That might not. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, they had.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, I went to a couple times. Yeah.
Field day was like.
You did the field trips.
Yeah.
I went to the field.
Field day was like one of the greatest days outside of school trips. Field day when all the classes come out, you got events. You know what I'm saying? You races and
hopscotch.
Yeah, you're doing all kind of fun.
I guess it's kind of like the Americanized version of like a school festival.
I guess.
In like Japan.
What?
Okay.
I was just thinking in terms of like animes and stuff like that. Like, well, not animes. Well, like, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So,
I promise. Continue.
So, So, it starts early, first thing is the whole day. So it starts early in the day. So,
no classes. It's all
classes,
the whole day.
All day long.
Field day.
Field day. So, you know, I guess they called over the last, whatever it is,
the classes.
Go out to the field day, right? So we go out, boom.
Right.
They let us out to the field, Northwest, Amityville.
Uh-huh.
So I'm running now. Everybody in the field, they run into wherever the designated.
I can see it with your little self.
Yeah, you know, we all happy.
All happy.
First thing in the morning, nothing started yet. And I'm running, I go to do a cartwheel.
Wait, can we stop?
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Because
the shade is coming.
Because your cartwheels.
My cartwheel game, my cartwheel game was on point. We used to have competitions back in the day with cartwheels. That hasn't happened in a long time. Because I probably have to take off work if I try to cartwheel right now.
Disability.
Yeah, I'll be on comp for about 3 days if I try to cartwheel now. But we used to do cartwheel. But anyway, back to my
sorry.
Yeah.
So I went to go do a cartwheel, right? A roundhouse cartwheel, whatever. So I do my cartwheel.
Roundhouse. She wasn't doing no roundhouse.
So I do my little cartwheel, right? So I come up, boom. So I'm running. I feel something wet in my hand. I'm like, I didn't feel no pain, no nothing. I'm running a little bit. I look down. My whole hand right here was cut, like wide open.
Oh,
I'm doing some of the bottle or something in the grass.
People messing around. Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, teacher, whatever, come over. They take me to the nurse's office, right? So I'm like, this is the very beginning. So I go in, I'm in the nurse's office, and just so happened, the nurse's office window faced the field. Man, I'm sitting in there. They got it wrapped up. They had to call my mom. I had to go get stitches. I was done for the day. But I'm in there. I'm hearing the laughter. I don't know what was going on.
Like this SpongeBob meme where Squidward's looking out.
I had a big old tear. My mom came and got me. I had to go get stitches. I was a mess, man. I missed all
the whole
day. Yeah. So I'm at home watching cartoons, eating egg sandwiches with a hand.
With a hand.
Stitched up, yeah, that was hard.
It'd be like that, Joe. I mean, in terms of like when you get cut like that and you don't even feel it up until
because
you're so
excited.
Yeah, you're
adrenaline was
excited.
flowing. But I'm like, man, I still got them on.
Oh.
Terrible. So we move on.
Oh, yeah. And you got through it.
I got through it. I was chilling at home watching my cartoons, eating
your egg sandwich.
I was off from school, but it was a good day.
It was a good day, right? Of all days, not the right day. Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so you know, that was elementary. So we move on to middle school. I mean, your middle school. Mine, you didn't like middle school.
No, I mean, I liked 6th grade because it was new, it was fresh, it was exciting. You know, the new kids on the block.
What was it?
And
don't start. So I liked it, but then 7th grade.
Yeah.
But sum it up in one word: awkward.
That's what middle school
is. Especially in that time, that's awkward.
Oh,
yeah, that's
the
how it
hormones
works.
start kicking in. You start feeling away about yourself and other people.
You don't know how to dress. If I look back on the outfits that I wore, I'm just like, oh my god.
I remember.
What was I doing?
I remember trying to pull like some Kanye looks or whatever, where I had like the pink polo shirts. Yeah, right.
I didn't know that.
One of y'all got me like a pink polo shirt or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I used to rock that. Like, yeah,
That was your Kanye. That was your Kanye phase.
That was my Kanye phase, exactly.
That was your. What was his first album?
College Dropout.
College Dropout. College Dropout. Wow.
That's hilarious.
You should have got a little teddy bear.
Middle school was just.
And middle school is really it really is what it says. It's the time when kids. It's the really good. Like they're in the middle of wanting to be an adult and still wanting to be a child.
Yeah, my 6, 7, 8. It was kind of rough too because I had a lot going on.
Right.
I think 6th grade is when my grandmother passed. 7th grade, my mom and pops got divorced.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
That's
and
not a
then
good
at the
time
end of
for that,
7th
right?
grade, I moved.
Right.
So yeah, now that I think about it, there's a lot going on. I had fun, but then, cause being a kid, but there was a lot going
emotionally,
on.
and some kids don't know how to unpack that, especially if they don't talk to anybody about it. And nobody talks to
my mother and father, they weren't like
communicators like that. But I will say that now, students are more likely to talk to someone. They'll go to their counselor, they'll go to the social worker. They're more open about it because I think it's more accepted too. And
it's definitely destigmatized in terms of like trying to bottle up your emotions like that, which is good.
Definitely.
What was 6, 7, 8 for you?
6, 7, 8. I was in elementary school in 6th grade. 7 and 8. I had a ball.
Yeah, I know. Your mom was just social help flies.
I had a ball.
And she was always grown, trying to be grown. So
right, always. So it didn't matter.
7th and 8th, she probably hanging with 9th, 10th grade. She was. She was hanging with people older than her.
I was.
All the time.
Yeah.
So she was
and you know, I had, you know, when you look back at some of the stuff, there was some awkward kind of things, you know.
6th grade was when your grandma passed?
Yeah, I was 12. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So going into 7.
Yeah.
So actually I was going into 7th grade. But you know, things change, but the consistency was kind of nice, you know.
Right.
And looking back, I had the
course.
consistency,
Yeah.
you know. So
Your
things,
nuclear was,
my nuclear was there.
solid.
Right, my parents, my school, you know. So it really. You know, I met new kids in 7th grade. Like I met one of my best friends in 7th grade.
Because
Right,
how the school system worked, everybody came together from different elementary schools.
Yeah, so one of my best friends, right?
I met the people that I've talked to now are people I met.
Oh, it's the same thing with you,
Yeah.
So
I know them now.
But so you know, and high school was pretty much the same. You know, for me, high school.
I loved high school.
High school was awesome.
High school was dope.
High school was dope.
Well, like I was a student, but I liked high school.
High school was cool.
Knock it off.
For the most part.
Yeah, I liked it. Once again, I liked the first year. I liked the first year of everything, just because it's something new, and I like being the youngest in the school.
Yeah.
Just because there's a lot more. I don't know. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like my teachers and
Right.
in high school as well. I had Miss Liz. She was cool.
Oh,
my AP
yeah.
or PA.
AP,
Even though that was a hard class.
One of the hardest.
Yo, the all-nighters I pulled.
Mine would be up all night long.
Marcus, did you stay up all night?
Nope.
I don't remember Marcus cracking the book.
When he does, you hear this loud noise. That was the book opening up.
The book opening. They were so different when it came to that.
I know.
Mine would be up till like midnight. No exaggeration. Marcus, be like, Marcus, you done with your homework?
What were you doing?
AP, European history, homework. What were you doing?
You go to Marcus' room.
Games?
You go to Marcus' room. It's like, Marcus, you know, I did it in school. That was just the end. That was the thing. I did it in school.
I did though.
Oh, that's why.
Mine be up. Mine go in my room. She got books all open. Pistol behind her ear. You know what I'm saying?
Because I had volleyball, and volleyball would last until like 5 p.m. And if I had a game, it would last until like 8, 9 o'clock. And I still had to do my homework. I was in clubs. I learned all night.
Yeah, I did some stuff. I mean, I was involved in track. Yeah,
Right.
I didn't really get involved into like late stuff until like my senior year.
Right.
Yeah, you wish you would have did it like that.
Yeah.
I did. I really wish I would have done theater a lot earlier.
You were good at it.
Yeah, you were.
That's the thing. I sucked at track. I can't run for anything, but I was good.
Right.
But we wanted you
I
to
could
some
act.
sort of sport.
You were,
Yeah.
yeah. Wanted you to do something.
Yeah, which was, I mean,
And you were in Taekwondo.
I did do that. Yeah,
Right.
that was Taekwondo was great. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't need to do track. I needed to do theater earlier.
Right.
Which is weird because I was it's not like I didn't do acting stuff
Before that,
Before then, I did
right.
plenty of that. I did it in
True.
middle school. I did it in with the program.
Right, with the program.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so-
That's true. Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten into it.
Yeah, but when your senior year, you did every single production, and it was so funny just to watch your trajectory with that because you started. I think you were the cop. That was the first one.
Yeah.
And by the
Yeah,
time
in
it was,
the cafeteria?
the cop was Arsenic and Old Lace.
And then-
Yeah, and then the last production, you were like the star.
What was the one in the theater? You
That
were
was
the
Murder
detective,
Mystery.
though, right?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
the
detective.
detective? Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
detective.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And then Grease.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Grease.
So,
Yeah, you had
yeah.
I actually learned how to sing.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I learned how to sing properly.
Mooning.
Yeah. I don't understand how they gave me a part in that. I wasn't in chorus or anything like that, but they trusted me enough.
They trusted you. That was good. Hills puts on great shows.
Yeah, they did.
They
a good
really
job.
do put on good shows. Yeah.
Nah, my high school was good. My first 2 years, my brother was in the school, so that was
Right.
cool. I had, a lot of
That's cool.
older friends, so
You got that. When you have an older sibling,
Yeah.
that definitely helps out in the school with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And he was, he was all right. People knew him or whatever, his friends or whatever. But
Because he got there late, too.
right, he got there real late.
Yeah, 10th grade, I
yeah.
think.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
Jason,
felt
yeah,
like that.
probably.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
But no, high school, I had fun during high school.
Yeah.
Played basketball a year, JV basketball, and then, was emceeing.
Right.
Got into a little hip hop crew with my boys, and that was good. I had good times.
Cool.
I met your mom, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I did everything.
Oh, yeah. My nickname was Miss Organization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader. I was on track.
You was in drama club, wasn't you?
No, not
You
really.
were in
No,
class,
I
you
was.
were drama,
Yeah, I had the drama class.
Newspaper.
Yeah, I was on the newspaper.
I know you did newspaper.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And as a matter of fact, I looked at some of the old articles that I wrote about,
Wow.
and when I was
Have
in
you
the
ever seen
newspaper.
that?
No, I've never seen
Oh,
it.
we gotta
gotta
show
get
them.
that, yeah.
Their paper was called The Rapier, and it was a really, really
It was a
good
great
paper.
paper.
Nice.
And some of the articles that I wrote about, at least two of them, had to do with graduation requirements for kids.
Wow.
I had no interest in ever doing any of the things that I do now, and I wrote two articles
That's
about
pretty.
them.
That's so crazy. You never know what
Very
you
interesting.
do.
Yeah.
Will come back around.
Yeah.
Shades of Long Island is a website and a media outlet that highlights stories related to minorities, millennials, and Generation Z on Long Island. Check out the site because you're going to get great content, diverse content, local content, Long Island content.
All the stuff that a lot of the stuff that I learned in high school ended up helping a lot for college. Taking film and all that.
Emerson?
Yeah. Emerson grad.
What were y'all's mascot?
The bees?
No, it was like a
that was
griffin.
Savannah.
No.
Scab was the bees.
What was
Yeah.
it? A griffin?
Yeah, it's like a griffin. Yeah.
What's a griffin?
A lion head. It's a mythical character with
Yeah.
a lion head, wings.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
maybe that's why I thought it was a bee.
They had a Quidditch team, and I'm a certified Griffin. I am House Gryffindor.
You're House Gryffindor.
I took the test. Yeah, I'm House Gryffindor. I took the test.
So
This is what we paid for.
House damn Gryffindor. What
No,
is-
this is just a website thing.
Oh.
Yeah, like you can do this. Like you can do this on.
So how'd you like college?
College was fun. Yeah, I chose Emerson because you were able to use the equipment, like in your
Yeah,
first
you
year.
start. You were mad early on doing the
Like day two. I mean, it was crazy, right?
That was real dope that you was able to get hands on early.
Yeah,
A
that
lot of
was.
experience working. You worked a lot of different things.
I worked so many different shows.
Yeah.
and
I remember your
movies.
junior year when you were really like, oh my god.
Because I took on a lot, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh dang, why did I do all this to myself?
It was the perfect fit for you. Emerson was the perfect fit for you. About you, Maya.
Well, Temple, I love Temple. Like I just said, you gotta visit the campus. And when I visited the campus, I was like, it's the feeling. This is the feeling you're gonna get probably, for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Right.
know?
Why'd you go into journalism now?
Well, I did a program when I was still in high school, and I'm at Stony Brook.
Green team.
Green team.
Maya loved to write ever since she was young. Remember
Yeah.
when she was, know your kid.
Miss Parent Agent.
Yeah. Since she was young, you remember she used to write stuff and ask
Yeah.
questions.
Oh, right. She did used to ask
Yeah,
questions.
I was
Yeah.
always I was always a curious young person.
Always
I
want the
loved to write.
details and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So that transitioned, and then once I did that program, it solidified.
Yeah.
It for me. I was like, I want to do
Oh,
journalism.
yeah.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
then I saw Temple. It was between Temple and Howard.
Yeah. It
Temple
was.
just felt like the right fit.
Right fit. Yeah. No, Temple was cool.
Shout out to the Temple Owls.
Yeah.
Cherry and White. Oh wow.
The cherry and the white. Yeah, no, it's
Kite,
cool.
kite.
You had a good time there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in college I think was something, because we talk about college often.
Yeah.
But it
You
was
talk
always,
about college often.
Oh, okay.
That's your job.
Yeah.
You're right, I talk about college often, and it was very important for you guys to pick the place that was the best fit.
Right. So what about your college experience? Because you went to like 20.
I did. No, I didn't go to that many, but yeah, I did. You know what? For me, college was like a no-brainer. Once I was in high school, I knew that I wanted to go to college. It was just where I wanted to go. I knew that I wanted to go to college. I majored in business. And then from there, it just took like all kind of weird turns and everything because I didn't honestly know exactly what I wanted to do, or I thought I knew what I wanted to do, but it really wasn't what I ended up doing. I got my degree in business from UMass Boston, and I didn't want to do it when I graduated. I couldn't find a job that was what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, but I was married going to college.
Right.
That's a different experience. Exactly.
And what were you doing when I was in college?
I was working. I was in the military. Yeah, I was in the Navy. So.
Why'd you decide to go into the military and the Navy?
Why? Because we wanted to get married. And I didn't go, I didn't go to college straight off because, with college, with kids and students, you gotta have somebody rooting you on. Not in all cases, you have some kids that are real
motivated.
Which I really wasn't, but if I was gonna go to college, I didn't have anybody like really telling me you need to go to college. Yeah, so. But then I did want to go to college. At one point, I was like, I want to go. Right after I graduated, I just worked, and then after that, I was like, you know what? I joined the military.
What did you see? Like a commercial? Did you just hear about it? Like what was that? I'm curious.
As far as the Navy?
Yeah, me asking questions.
No, because before I was in the Navy, I was in the National Guard, Army National Guard. And that's just part time. You go to boot camp, and you come home, you go a weekend a month, and 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
And I was working and doing that, but. I knew, why the Navy is because I knew people that were in the Navy, and they liked it, so, they were telling me about it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it worked out. And that's part of the reason, why you say your mom with the different colleges, because, moving around or whatever.
Right.
That's why she, went to UMass.
Right.
Because I was stationed up in Massachusetts.
Right.
So, but, no, I love my experience. And in all honesty, I would have stayed 20 if I had it to do over again. I would have retired from the Navy, but
Right, you'd have been retired, right? Yeah.
I'd have retired in 2007.
Wow.
And that was
a while ago.
That was a minute ago, yeah.
Wow.
I would have retired in 2007.
Any other kind of progress in terms of school?
No, I think I ended up where I should be, but one of the things that I would love to do, which, it might not be attainable because it's just expensive. I would love to get like a PhD in Africana studies. Specifically African American studies. Yeah. That's because I like minored in that when I was in college, and I could see myself like in the whole outfit,
the brown leather bag.
Dashiki wear and all that.
Whatever. I could just, with the, big class. That's right. Wakanda forever. I could see myself doing that on a college campus. Like, I would love to do that.
I wish I would have studied abroad.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to do it.
Yes,
just
I remember
never found the time.
South Africa. We wanted to do that in the summer.
She uses we a lot.
I do use we a lot.
Marcus was able to. That's good. You was able to go to Los Angeles for us.
Right. Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. I was happy. I was able to do that.
Me too.
I do kind of. One regret. I do kind of wish I also did that. I would have done the other abroad thing where you
Italy
go.
Or
No,
Ireland?
it was called. What was it called? It's like you went to the castle or whatever, and it was
Ireland.
It was a bunch of different places.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you were maybe stationed sort of in Ireland, but you were able to go to different places in Europe.
Yeah.
That was one program that I didn't do that I kind of wish I would have done just to check out a few more things. But I was grateful to do the LA one.
Right.
Because that one was cool.
The
place to stay was cool. Yeah.
That was
nice.
Yeah, you were set up nice.
Also on that note of you doing the PhD, I always thought about like grad school and stuff like that. Like, because it's cool to sort of like be a part of a program and you sort of like learn more.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to learn more about
your area,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, expenses.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, maybe I would have done masters, but in the future when I have coins.
Yeah, you guys still can do that.
2 coins up.
Yeah. I have 2 master's degrees, and I got those master's degrees. One I got when I was in between your age, but the other one was much later.
Yeah, I remember.
So you definitely could do that. Yeah, and pay for it yourselves.
That's the point.